I believe today's scenario is Funtopia as well. We did Arid Heights last week, so this will be Funtopia. Hopefully it'll be fun. It is from the first expansion, so it's just a basic goal again. I haven't looked at this at all. How... Oh, we've got like one of these sorts of situations where we're gonna have to build a bunch of bridges over there. Okay. Well, this is what we've got to work with then. And we need 1,400 guests, which... Oh, I didn't pan over here. Huh. Yeah, there's a giant-ass coaster here, isn't there? What are the stats on this thing? They're not even that good. 7.91. The stats aren't even that good. It's huge. How much money are they charging for that? That is $5.50? Okay. I'm just gonna trust it, I guess. Oh, it didn't occur to me as well. This thing is basically... Oh, it's it's a reverse incline type of situation. How much of the stat? Yeah, like the stats on this, man, 5.75. That's kind of a cool coaster. I wonder if you could, like... Hear me out. I got a really bad idea. Hear me out. How much money do I have? I'm not that rich, but I have enough. Kind of surprised. Yeah, So I, like, wanted to practice last night, but then I, like, didn't have time, and then today there's this, and then this is gonna take till, like, 7 p.m., and then the race is at, like, 8, and then... What I basically realized is that I don't actually have time to do the race tonight anyway. More or less, unless I got pretty good at the game, it would be unwise of me to join the race. So I'm gonna have to sit it out and join 4 other ones, I guess. The other races I'm interested in are not until next week. I haven't really looked into the schedule that much. Like, hang on, Discord Wars. I'm probably just not gonna join 5 races, TBH. I'm probably not gonna get into 5, because I think my 5th would have to be like Luigi's Mansion or something, and I don't want to do that. But when's VVV? Okay, VVV's at 8 p.m., but that's sub 1 hour. Easy, not even a concern. Sunshine is on a weekend. Pigs is on a weekend. And then, yeah, I don't really want to do the others, so I don't really want to do the others. My great idea is this. What type of coaster is this? I think that's like a twister coaster or something. I think it's not a basic steel. I think it's one of these, the coaster, or the corkscrew. I'm gonna do this. Loop won't fit. What if I do one more? Tree in the way. Now will the half loop fit? Oh, but then you have to... That is so lame. If you build a half loop, you have to finish it with another half loop. Why would you... Oh, no you don't. I can't just have the... And that goes in there. If I could just adjust this, like, up slightly... You see what I'm going for, right? You totally see what I'm going for. And man, I haven't done it yet, but I am gonna add innocent tears to the thing. It is gonna happen. Is it a good idea? I don't know. But I am gonna add it to the thing. I wonder how this will work. Let's see if we... Like, let me just try running this. I assume that it's gonna have way too much speed. It's definitely gonna have way too much speed. But yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, a new fan translation for OG Xbox has dropped, and it is... Oh, that was unexpected. But a new fan translation for OG Xbox has dropped, and it is... I don't know. It is a weird JRPG looking thing. I haven't really looked into it too much. I know... What's his name has been streaming it? Guy who's in here sometimes. He's streaming it right now. It is... Oh, he stopped streaming it. No, wait, yes he did. Mini Omega King. Mini Omega King has been streaming a playthrough of it. I think it's like some kind of strategy RPG looking thing, maybe? It looks like not my usual fare, but I don't know, we'll see. I feel like I have to play that. It would be a shame not to, you know? Oh, roller coaster in way. I would love to get this thing. Like in the middle again somehow. There's no way I can ever fit a loop there, unfortunately. Why is that 27 when that one's 25? Well, this might only look correct from a certain perspective. It kind of looks... It's not as good as I want it to be. It's not as good as I want it to be. Hang on. We can just do a lot better than this. Like, definitely. Oh, right. The loop lines up here, so I have to do... I don't think there's any way to fit through there. Like, if I do one more, then now it doesn't fit because of the... Oh, hang on. Yes. Maybe I can even do, like, a... Okay, no, definitely can't do that. But what if I just do this? Like, does this... Are we thinking this might work? Because we know it doesn't actually have that much speed. And, no, I'm not taking part in the Mario Golf thing. I have no interest in Mario Golf. Okay, no, it just... It just completely blows up. I can't do that. mean, in that case, can I do this? The white ride is like objectively worse than the red one here. The red one's got an extra loop in it compared to mine. Maybe even got multiple extra loops. I just feel like we can do better through this middle section. Like I can do some kinda... Like there has to be something. It bothers me so much that I can't put a loop here, even though it would totally fit. Like in real life, it would fit. If I just have this stick off at a completely different angle. That's like kind of hideously ugly, but if it's synced correctly, then it could be fine. Hey, producer. I don't know. Life kind of sucks, but what else is new? Oh, are you kidding me? It doesn't make that loop? You have got to be kidding me. Yo, thank you for the 53 months, though. I do appreciate it a bunch. Just like for boring reasons. Nothing exciting going on, but I think this is literally just the same thing and I've rebuilt it. Just your usual mix of a bunch of stressful stuff happening all at once. I think I'm gonna put some extra speed on this. I feel like the red one... How much... Let me look at this. How much room have we got at the end of this? There's no way there's not like a ton of runway here, and we can afford to just put a little extra drawback on it so that the white one also gets the extra speed that it needs to make this turn. How much speed are we dealing with here? It gets not even remotely close to the end, so we can totally just like have this come back an extra one, I think, on both of them. I kind of like their... I really wish I could get their... that the sync is impressive. The sync through here is kind of impressive, honestly. It's like perfect. I really wish we could get this hill next to this hill, because that would be like flawless. That would be so sick. Oh, the excitement rating on my coaster is bad. Never mind. We can't keep it. The excitement rating is unacceptable. I assume it's because of that turn. I didn't check, but it's gotta be because of that turn, right? So, I think I have to just do this. Not gonna ever be perfect. Yeah, it's not really... We'd have to... I think if I extend it out to here... Oh, 27? What the heck? No. 27 again? How? Yeah, like we can't go too low here because we don't actually have construction rights. That's pretty much the best I can do, and it's again just like the white ride is objectively worse, but we'll see how this goes. So I think this might kill people. I think it might kill people. But if the stats are good, then I'm good with that. And the stats are still not good. I guess the stats are bad because of this. I guess there's too much speed through this this thingy here where it flips. It gets so, even with like an empty ride, even with an empty coaster, it's still like got so close to the edge. I might just have to add an extra little bit at the end of both of those. But yeah, this is clearly not acceptable. I really want to like... The annoying thing is that you have to, like, I kind of have to do it like that, and then half loop, and then half corkscrew, right? Wait, is this getting me what I want? No. That causes me to crash right into that other ride. So that's... I would love to be able to get this through the loop. That would be so sick, but it's definitely not possible. And that just sends us right into a ride, and that's not acceptable. So a half loop can't go here. So it kind of has to be... Like, it's really annoying that you have to be flat for one of the corkscrews. I wish it wasn't like that. Special. Can I do a corkscrew right from here? Yes. Completely neglecting the park while I build this for the first, like, year. this tiny ride that's going to contribute like nothing for the first year. I've kind of got the tech down where if I have to, in year 3, I'm pretty sure we can get 1,400 guests only using this square, let alone the rest of the park. So I think we're going to be fine no matter what. I can spend as much time as I want on this stupid thing. I mean, this is just the same exact thing that I had built before. I think there's actually no way to accomplish what I want. I think what I'm discovering is that it's hopeless. Unless, hang on. Sorry fellas, no one can leave the park. No one leaves until I finish the roller coaster. I just dropped those people straight out of bounds. That's less good, but maybe I need to do it. Not vertical loop. One of these. One of these. I don't think this is gonna work. Can we get a corkscrew out of here? No. Maybe if I had like one less, but we can't do it. Can't do it, unfortunately. That would be kind of cool if I could fit something like that here. Actually, hang on. That might be the ride. It's not great, but this might be the ride. Okay, it still killed everybody. It still didn't work. Too much speed. That's good to know, though. We've got a too much speed problem. That's a good problem to have. I feel like it's so ugly the way this comes all the way out to here. Also, I really have to do something about this path. You've got to be kidding me, dude. How does it... Like... Why? Like, how does it not have enough to finish the half loop, and then I put a full loop there, and it can't do that? What are the stats on this? Is the rest of it at least built correctly? No, it's not. It's still too many lateral Gs. Probably on... Yeah, it's that rising left turn that does it. Those turns are so bad. I really feel like they... I don't know. They should balance those differently in Rollercoaster Tycoon 2. If Chris Sawyer's listening to me, for the sequel, please patch that. I really hate how many Gs you get from one of these rising turns. I don't feel like it would be that bad. Like, maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't think it would be that bad. Oh, wait, then we can get through there. This is actually better. I mean, this does raise the question of where the hell are we putting the start and finish, like the entrance and exit buildings. So I don't think I can actually put another loop in, but this is still very workable. Let me just, for good measure, looks kind of dumb, but for good measure. We've got a few guests who are wandering the wilderness, I think. Yeah, look at him out there. That's not even the one who's lost. That was just a different unrelated guy. All right, let's see how the sync is. Regardless of how the sync is, I'm opening this. Like at this point, oh, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. And if the red one is the defibrillator, then obviously this one's gonna have to be the refibrillator, or just the fibrillator. And the stats are being awaited, because I never ran it. If the stats on this are still bad, I'm going to be pissed. If the stats are still bad, at this point, it'd be because of this S-bend, but I don't think so. And the good news, especially, like, if these rides do kill someone, we can just extend the lengths by a little bit, and then they won't kill anyone anymore. Lateral G's 3.04? Ugh, no, you can see the excitement being tanked by it. I think the excitement on this would be higher. 3.04. I mean, maybe I can make it a bit slower now. Where's the... It's like right there. Right there, it hits 3.04, I think. But if it were a bit slower, it wouldn't. Hang on. We gotta see if I remove this and we bring these rides back down to their original speeds. Okay, it still makes it. And that's no longer above 3. And then there you go, 6.13. 6.13, and it's less deadly. All right, this is perfect. Now we just have to work out the pathing, and then we're done. How do I work that out? I think it probably has to come behind here. Oh, that's defib. No, we want this one. You there. You. Can I put it there? No, 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 no. Okay, the entrance has to be kind of in a spot where I don't want it to be. I don't think I can put the exit there because I don't think I can fit a path under that. Like, where can I fit path here? No. Yes. All right, so this has to be the exit. Isn't ideal. Exit, and that kind of has to be the entrance then. I'll just make this one also red. I kind of see what they're going for, but I'm just going to make this one also red. That fit under there? Ooh, it does. Okay. And then I don't actually know if this can work. Like, we have to get that, and then that can't go there. So actually, we have a bit of a massive problem here. Like what do I, like, there's no escape for the path. I would have to, no, this sucks, dude. This sucks. I'm gonna have to dig this into the ground. I think the only way is I'm gonna have to send this path underground. Wait, I can just do this to, like, here. I think all I have to do is that. I only have to do a little bit of digging. No. This is kind of a giant problem. How do I get a path out of here? I don't know that I can. Oh, I just send it the other way, I think. Can I just go... No, never mind, I can't. What if I dig this down? No, I still can't. Well, this sucks. Wait, I have one more idea. If we do this, and then dig down here, can we get I don't think we can get below the track. These are lower land first. Great. And I like can't see in there at all. See invisible rides, see-through rides. Okay. Can't see what I'm doing at all. No, roller coaster in way. That was never gonna work. And I'm pretty sure it can't go up for the same reason. I legit think that I've kind of screwed myself here. I'm not sure there's any way to build a path out of this. Because that's just gonna get stuck right there. Well, this is really unfortunate. After spending all that time building the ride, it turns out this could have never worked because the thing that's blocking me is the red ride. It's not even the ride that I built that's blocking me. It's the red ride, so this was just never gonna work. I think I have to do this. I mean, it works, of course, if you just do this. The problem is getting the second path out, that we can have an entrance queue and an exit. And I might just have to accept that there's literally no queue for this ride. That might be what we have to do. I'm not sure that there's another way. Which is, like, not good at all. Like, really not good. How about I try this? If I can just move the entrance over by 1, yes, we can at least have a 1 square entrance queue. That's the best I can do. We can do this, that, and that's as good as it's gonna get. And hopefully that's good enough. That kind of sucks. Wait, can I don't think there's any other way to get a path in there, right? Like, I can put that... No. I can put it here, but then... I think I can't put path here is the problem, like right in front of it, or there. So those are not viable spots. And then this is a viable spot, but now all I've done is created the same thing but with even less space to work with, so that's not gonna do. That's not gonna do at all. Wait a minute, could I do, like... This is my last idea, then I give up and I just accept the bad path. Why is it raise or lower land first? No, I can't get over it. That sucks. I think this is impossible. I think it's just impossible. Oh well, kind of an unfortunate ending to the whole situation, but I can still charge a bunch of money, and it's fine. It really doesn't even matter all that much. So people are complaining about the disgusting state of the paths in the park. That was the thing. We've got this guy mowing grass, not very helpful. Is this the twin ride season? I mean, I'm trying stuff. It seems to be not worth it. I think that all of the hassle of building synced rides is super not worth it in the end. Wait, are those... Is that just higher than that? Height marks on rides. Yeah, whoops, I accidentally left the red one. I accidentally left the red one taller. Let's run this once just to see. Also, man, no one wants to go on them for some reason. Hello? There's a bunch of people queuing for that, but there's literally nobody over here, even though the park entrance is right there. I think I have to close the red ride to shrink it up a bit. Make this... Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. Hang on. There we go. Now it's the same. Weird how literally no one wants to go on it, though. No one's even thinking about it. This guy's sole job is going to be basically cleaning up after this ride. That's all he does. Cleaning up after this ride in the hot dog stand. And then, let's see. I'm going to mess with the zoning this time, because I feel like we have had problems the last couple scenarios, because I got lazy and stopped caring. And I think that that's bad. I think the not caring has been causing me problems. Here's the... Man, the exit to this ride is all the way over here. I just want that guy to cover the exit to that ride. Nothing else really matters. No GM to Matrix 3D. I have a good idea. This doesn't actually affect anything, but it is a good idea. Cool, maybe. Actually, I have a better idea. No more water. We're actually going the other way. We're actually going the other way with this. We're gonna make a big wall. There we go, and then we go... Maybe this? And look, it's like I built a little house for it. Except, like, not really, but, like, kinda. It's nice from this angle. From all other angles, it looks terrible. But that just means I need to put other stuff in the park to disguise that. Actually, what have I got scenery-wise? Can I do like a... No. Wouldn't pay $3 to look at wood for half your ride? But it's like in a little house. Dude, nobody wants to go on this thing. Why is no one going? Is it too expensive? 0 guests are thinking about the defibrillator. What the hell? How many guests has it had in its life? Like, awaiting test results, it's literally never run before. I'm not sure what to make of this. Waiting for passengers to get in. Wait for any load. Sync with the adjacent station. Yeah. That station is adjacent. Why? Why is nobody even thinking about riding it? Oh, nope, that's just a... Thought for a second someone was about to get in line, but that's just the janitor. Nobody's getting in line. People bounce off the line. That guy just bounced. I just saw a guy do it. I can't afford it. Okay, so wait, they would ride it if they could afford it. We just had one guy consider going on the ride. I mean, the fact that that guy considered going on the ride seems like evidence that people would go on it. I think I have to set this to like, oh, there is a max waiting time. Okay. Hopefully that just goes after 60 seconds. I don't want people to be trapped on this ride forever waiting for the defibrillator to run. I mean, is there some reason why people can't get to the entrance? No, because we see the sign extended out to here. I have no idea why this is happening. Gotta get Marcel on this one. Maybe he knows. But I guess I'm just gonna leave that for now. I don't know. Sure. Sure, I guess. They're just respecting the lore, you think? And once they go on the fibrillator, then they'll go on the defibrillator. Once they're fibrillated. Wrong way. What am I missing? It's the info kiosk. You know, to match the vibes we have to do something. Just switch this out for tile, actually. Oh, wait, why did it just close? It broke down? It never ran, and then it broke down. What a shit ride. There's something very wrong with it, and I don't know what. Was it broken the whole time and I didn't notice? It just gave me the still hasn't been fixed message, as if it's been broken for a while. I have a ton of land out there to work with. I kind of just want to make like a... Hear me out. Do I have... I've really wanted to build a nice cycle railway for a while, but the problem is all the like... The cars look really ugly, and it just ruins my desire to build the thing. If we have access to the ones that actually look like bikes, I think those are good. We only have bicycles. That's perfect. All right, let's see. It does feel sort of wrong to just build it straight in the middle of this, so I'm gonna build it on the edge. I'm gonna build it like over here somewhere. It's pretty space inefficient to like. Well, it kind of has to be like 4 off the edge, I think, which is annoying. Oh, it can't go up a hill. Okay, in that case, we also gotta raise this by 2, I think. You know what I kind of want to do? This is going to be really expensive, but I have a vision. I have a vision for the park. Oh, you're kidding me. It's out of the whole time it was wrong. Hang on. Hang on, going back to the start. Can I at least do like a S-bend left into placing into deleting? Whoops. Shoot, didn't mean to do that. S-bend left. This is how you have to fix rides in this game. It is a really good thing that they changed this for the second one. There we go. It is ultra jank if you want to like build something at a specific altitude. You have to like build, you have to like build over to it, then delete all of the scaffolding fake ride you just built, that you can then replace it with the real ride. I just want a simple big loop here, you know? That's what I had in mind. Kinda scenic. But what I was really thinking is I kind of want to build a hill. Like raise this entire thing up by 2. It's gonna be really expensive. I think I actually want to start the hill further back, like here. How much money am I spending on this? There's no way this comes out looking like organic in any way. It's gonna look terrible. But I'm trying to create art. Sometimes artists must take risks. I'm gonna replace all the trees. The trees will be replaced later. This is so annoying. This is so annoying to have to do. This better be worth it in the end. so fiddly, raising all the little corners. This cursor feels so much better than the cursor from Myst 4, though. It's actually crazy how, like, if I were playing Myst 4 right now, this would be completely impossible. This would actually just not be a thing you could do. It's only through the power of them doing less that we're able to accomplish this. Uh-oh, can I get some invisible trees, please? Invisible see-through scenery. Yeah, Abscond mentioned this once. Apparently, this game's music, like the clown music that's playing right now, apparently the clown music comes from some, like, record from the 70s. And it's, like, really expensive nowadays if you want to own that record. Because it's the Rollercoaster Tycoon official soundtrack, essentially. Yeah, it's like in the GTA 3 radio. And now for some more hits from the 60s. 1760s, that is. This is perfect. There's a seam here, but the fence actually hides the seam, so you can't tell. So it's almost like it's not even there. I legit kind of think this is coming out pretty good, though. Like, better than expected, for sure. Like, check that out. Check that out. That looks pretty good. That only cost me, like, $3,000. And now we've got a lovely hill. Beautiful. Open. And now we just have to repopulate all the trees that I deleted, because otherwise it's not very scenic anymore. I don't think... The thing is, there are so many different tree types, it's hard to even pick the correct tree to place. You know what I mean? It's hard to know exactly which trees were here before. But there you go. I think that's nice. It's a little weird that there's then fewer trees over here, but there you go. And I mean, a hill, if you think about it under the skin, and I know that this is simplifying things, but a hill is simply dirt. How expensive could dirt be? This is all like mining scenery, so it's actually not great. You can place the houses. That's good. The ride is incredibly long, so actually I think that the people are going to be pissed at me. I think the people are going to be really pissed at me with how long the wait is for this thing. And I can't hit like a speed up button on it. You know what I'm going to do? After these people get, you know what? I'm just going to do it now. It causes less harm if I just do it now. But I'm closing that. Oh my god. Oh my god. I just freed so many people into the wilderness. Oh god, look at it. I have to rescue them. I'm just gonna shrink that up by a tiny bit. But yeah, it only deploys 5 bikes, and then that's it. 7 bikes. And they gotta go all the way down and back. Could we set this to only continuous circuit mode, so I couldn't have a second station over here? That would be great if I could. That would actually make this ride so much better. I could have a second station over here. Wait, I can just have a second station. Hang on, there's nothing stopping me from just having a second station. I'm closing the ride again. We have more work to do on this ride. That's contributing realistically nothing to my park, but I care about it. Can still only have 7 cars, though. This I'm just gonna have... be like that. And then I just have to connect it all the way over there. It's a bit of a path. We're gonna have to fill this in with stuff. It's a bit of a long walk. But I think that's nice. I think that's nice too in its own way. I'm actually gonna put a tree in the middle. Cool. If you think about it, the people going from this station back to station 1 actually get a much better ride. They get a little bit longer. I think ideally this station would have been on this side, and then it would have been an even experience. But oh well. Did they kill him in LCS? I forget that part. We just not have access to any... Okay, we do have wooden coaster types, actually. Wooden wild mouse, but no steel wild mouse. I don't think I've built a wooden one in a while. Maybe I should. Maybe a giant-ass wooden wild mouse taking up, like, this back area would look cool. There's actually literally nothing over here. There's just a big loop. A big pointless loop. Maybe I'll build it right here. I have 7K to work with. That's not that much. That's not that much to work with, actually. I kind of do have to wait. How much am I charging for this? 150, and the stats are awaiting test results still. How is it? Okay. I can't imagine that these are considered very exciting. $1.32, great. Well, I think it's a nice ride. Maybe I should have even built like a little lake. Or maybe I shouldn't have spent $2,500 on a pile of dirt. What if I built the coaster in here? Do you think I could fit a whole wooden wild mouse in this footprint? Hang on, I want to try it now. I feel like this could work. I feel like it's not hard to guess where Texarkana is. Like, if you had one guess. I couldn't tell you where in Texas it is. But it's definitely there. Oop, is that oh, no, that's perfect. That's perfect, actually. I'm getting a feeling that there's no way this ride can work. Man, you watched Driven the other day? That's, you know, I don't think I've thought about this until this moment, but your username is the car lover, isn't it? I've always just thought of you as Carl. But I bet that's Car. It is a car movie. But yeah, there's a GameCube game of Driven. I had to play that with Sylvester Stallone. It was not a very good game. Also on GBA, that's exciting. So many terrible games on the Game Boy Advance. It was an amazing time. You know, I just want to know if this ends. This only goes up to 18, so this going to 16 at this point in the ride is not gonna cut it. Somehow that works. Okay. Wait a minute. Where's the ending of this ride? Starting to realize I have no idea where this ride ends anymore. It's back there? Okay, hang on. I don't think I can get us there. this is when I would hit the auto solve button. I can get us there, but I have to delete this. I have to move this info kiosk. Somewhere slightly less optimal. Let me just try to build from the exit, honestly, at this point. The problem is, we're kind of boxed in, where I think the only way out is to actually go this way with the ending, and I was trying to avoid doing that this whole time, because I was planning on using this way for the entrance and exit queues and stuff. But I think I kind of have to just do this. Now that I've built all this without testing it, we're just gonna find out that it doesn't even work anyway, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I wanted to build. This is just not going to have the speed that it needs, or it's going to have bad G-forces. But that is kind of impressive. Check that out. That's pretty dense in there. Oop, okay, it makes it up. And down, and it makes it up again. It actually works. The ride actually works. How are the stats? Max lateral is 2.91. This might be an okay ride. Intensity too high because of the vertical G's. I was kind of afraid of that. I figured the lateral G's would be okay, but I think this dip right here is too much of an ass kicker. Is it a problem? Any problems are going to be hard to fix because it's kind of dense. Oop, it's actually much earlier in the ride. I missed it. It was like this right here, which is actually quite fixable. I can totally fix this part of the ride. Yeah, it's that part of the ride. Okay, that's fixable. Wait, no, that's only 3. That's not it. It goes up to 3.5 somewhere. 3.5. It happened right there, whatever that is. I wish I could, like, pause it, you know? I guess if I do this, technically I can. I just can't really see. Okay, it was the part that I was afraid of. It's when it comes back up from that dip. It goes down, and then straight back up, and I think that's what does it. and that's not really a fixable part of the ride. I could give it a bit less speed in the hopes that that just, like, magically solves everything. It was at 13 before, and I'm saying, or wait, huh? That's 12, but this is 12. I guess this is just how it, that's 12, but this is, oh, because that's going to go to 13, I understand. Yeah, I don't think there's a way I can necessarily fit this. When you're dealing with, it can be difficult when you're dealing with, like, the steep pieces, because they sort of work in a weird way. I think if I can, I mean, to be honest with you, what I can just do is just build this out over the road a little bit. I don't want to, but I can just build this out over the road a little bit. And, like, there you go, you know? It's going out over the road a little bit now, which kind of totally ruins everything. And I hate it now, but... And it's got this stupid-looking, like, protrusion. But the protrusion might solve my problems, and if it does, I'm okay with that. I'm just gonna be okay with it. Okay, vert G's has been solved. That's no longer so bad. It's now down to just 3.08. Still a problem because of the laterals, though, I guess. At this point, it must be the laterals that are causing it, which means that actually the high verts would have been fine. So I'm just going to go back to what I was doing before here. It's the laterals that are the problem. I thought that below 3, you didn't really have to worry about it, but I don't know. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you do, I guess. Get my heights back. I forget what I was even doing before. I think it was like this. Must have been that or something. But where do the laterals become an issue? Right at the start, second turn. It goes bam. Bam. Okay. We got other problems now, too. First of all, I want to fix the laterals. It's this turn right here, though. I can just make that not go down so deep, and then just have it do, like, a wide turn there, and then it'll be fine. That's very fixable. There's some parts in the ride that are very fixable. and some parts that, if they're broken, are just like, well, delete the whole ride time. This turn is kind of sketchy, but I think it's okay to keep. I think I just want to fix this one. How is that under that? What is... This is 14, right? Yeah, 14. I thought this was also 14. How is it under? Oh, it's because it's, hang on. It's not that it's under, it's just off by 1. Like, there you go. That resolves that turn's problem. By the way, we're gonna have another pathing problem with this, because now we can't really move this path anymore, but also we're gonna need to move this path, so it's gonna be bad. That doesn't make it up there. Okay, so the problem is that this does not actually make it up to whatever height I told it to go to. That being, what I tell it to do? 14. We need this to be at like 13 or something at the end. So there you go. And there you go. Okay, it makes it. And then it makes that. It goes around the outside. Comes around in there, and then it ends. Perfect. Looking completely perfect. The laterals are down a little bit. The vertices are as high as they were before, but I don't care. What the hell, dude? What is wrong with this ride? Why is the intensity rating still 10.41? Is it the verticals? Was it the verticals and the laterals or something like that? That were both just like slightly over. That's 14. I forget how I did this before to get this at like the exact height that I wanted. If I have even a single piece of that, that gets me to 12. Gets me to 12, but it's not... Oh, then that gets me to 13. This is exactly what I built before. This is exactly what I had before. Never mind. Never mind about that. Maybe like a... That is not connected. It looks kind of connected, but it's not. This is the problem with working with these extra steep pieces. Things are just not quite aligned right, where like you can't even fix it. Like what? It's just like slightly wrong. And this piece has to change because of that. I have to send this out by one more. Yeah, see, this is probably what I had before, and this is why it has to go over the road. All right, please be good. What are we at here? July of year 2. Ooh, okay, we have a couple other turns in this thing that are just like really close to, like, look at that one right there. Whatever turn that was. That turn right there is actually probably what's causing the problem. Like, that lowered my vertical G's down by 1, and yet... Oh. So that was part of the problem then. The intensity is too high, though. The problem with the intensity being this high is that as soon as a person gets in the car, it's going to reevaluate the excitement, and the extra speed that the person supplies is probably going to put that over the edge. I'm going to let it run and see if it does it, though, because I kind of just want this to be open at this point. So I'm just going to let it run and see if it happens. But there's a solid chance that it won't work. We need invisible supports that I can work on this. I think I know how I'm going to make the path. I've been thinking about it, and I think I'm just going to do this. Temporarily cutting everyone off here. Don't worry about it. We do that, and then we just have to worry about how this connects, which I have no idea. Something like this. Actually, wait, I was just gonna do this, right? Of course, that's the million times easier solution. So there you go, there's my ride. We'll open it and we'll see how it's evaluated for intensity. We've still got absolutely nobody riding. How many people have ridden this? Income is literally $0 per hour. Customers is 0 per hour. There's like something bugged about it. I'm gonna try double closing it and then opening it or something. There is legit something bugged about this ride. The defibrillator. The defibrillator is fine. The defibrillator is just like literally no one's gonna ride that. No one even thinks about it. It's like it doesn't exist. What if I just, like, hear me out? Is there something broken about the sync that's causing this to happen? If I unsync the defibrillator, what happens? Nobody's getting in line for it still. You can see people, like, bouncing off the queue. They're not really bouncing off the queue so much as they're considering this direction and then changing their mind. But, like... It's not even been tested, so I was under the impression that if a ride hadn't been tested yet, anyone would go on it. But maybe I should test it? Maybe if I tested the ride. and then it like had stats that would somehow change something. This is extremely not the sort of music I'd listen to outside the game. I think it's just like, I don't know, it's one of those things. I was thinking about this the other day. It's one of those things. Let's see. Yeah. So these tracks were originally recorded in 1976 by the C. John Mears organization from a specific type of organ at a museum in England. The organ that this music was played on still exists today. It is now in the Netherlands. The record was owned by Chris Sawyer's father, and its tracks were used in both Rollercoaster 1 and 2. All of the songs are original arrangements from the Ruth Fair Organ Company. The original LP occasionally turns up on eBay. The Voigt organ is currently in the Netherlands and is in top condition. It is owned by a Dutch showman, Herman Rittering, from Gamerwald. Wait, really? That can't be true. Oh, it's Garmerwald. Okay. Okay. No other comments, but yeah, it looks like it's a record from 1976 or something. I don't know. I don't know what the lore is on why they were even, like, releasing records of just, like, clown music like this, but I feel like it's one of those things where, like, you have to respect that someone recorded it and released a record of it, right? It's one of those things where, like, and this is what I was thinking of the other day, like, old field recordings and stuff, where some dude would just go out in, like, the 30s with a microphone and just, like, record random people on the street. Just, like, record street traffic and stuff like that. And it's like, why the hell did he do that? And why did he release that as a record? And yet, you know, 100 years later, it's like, oh, this is an interesting historical source. Shout outs to this guy for having the foresight to record something completely mundane and uninteresting. Kind of like that. You know, shout outs to whoever in 1976 was like, yeah, I'll record this organ clown music. The clown music will come in handy someday. Future generations will be able to enjoy the organ forever. Anyway, the ride clearly works. I've now proven that it works. Oh, wait, people are getting in line. It fixed itself somehow. I don't know what I had to do. I don't know what the problem was. Like, legitimately, that is confusing. I didn't change anything about it. Oh, it's because it doesn't have a... It might be because it didn't have a... Wait. I mean, there's clearly some kind of jank happening relating to the wait time. I'm gonna set that to the same max wait time as the other ride. I think that'll be good. Oh man, that looks so sick. I've created a masterpiece, by the way. Look at the sync through this section here is so cool. It must have been the lack of stats, but that's never stopped anyone from getting on a ride before. Anyway, we're going into the last year, and we're at less than halfway to the goal. So, I think it might be time to activate the cheese. I think we gotta do what we gotta do here. I've kind of just been messing around and doing whatever I want, because I know that I can cheese it. And for the record, I designed this coaster myself. So it's almost like it's not even cheese. I built this thing. This was the wrong direction to build it in, though. But there, open that. Get that going for like $5. I'm just gonna do like a couple of them. I'm just gonna do a couple of them. That's how it has to be. How does... Oh, that's how that works. Oh, but then there's... No, this is still the wrong spot. This is still the wrong spot. I have no idea what White Friday is. I don't know why it's below the thing that I built. Like, what? Did I make this? I don't remember. I wouldn't have called it White Friday. That's just like that's too much of a Chris Sawyer name. I don't think I made this. Like, look how rounded off the stats are. I don't think I made that. It is lowercase, though. Why did I make something and call it White Friday? I must have made that. I don't remember it. I don't remember anyone redeeming points to call it that either, but... I guess it happened. I guess it happened. It must have. I'll open it up in some park after this scenario and we'll check what it is. Is the game window zoomed in? Oh shit, it's been zoomed in this whole time. Why has it been like that? What? Oh, I know why it's been like that. I know why it's been like that. Oh my fucking god, dude. Bruh. I am stupid. Wait, now why is it doing this? Now it doesn't even fit? What did I do? I think I had it like this before. But it actually should be like... Come on. That'll do for now. Oh my god. Well, that's been an hour and 45 minutes of the bottom of the screen being cut off. That sucks. Sorry. I was messing around with the capture card the other day, and I forgot to set it back. Well, the good news is that I have to go back in off-stream later to get the pre-roll footage. So the pre-roll footage will not be out of sync. Except maybe a little bit, because it's... Now I've fucked with the capture card again, but you won't be able to tell, it's fine. completely fine. We do have disgusting paths, though. The 3 shuttle loop-ins ought to help. This is something we built last week in the last scenario. It's essentially just shuttle loop. I think it is slightly smaller, and it also has slightly better stats. I was messing around for a little bit, and I came up with this. I think it's cheaper to build as well. I've been meaning to check that, and I haven't been paying attention. How much do these cost? 1 shuttle loop-in costs... I saw it. I saw it for like a split second. That costs like the exact same amount of money, actually. It's $1,500. Meanwhile, a regular shuttle loop is... I had it. $12.52, but mine's more expensive. Damn. Okay, shuttle loop it needs refining then. We're gonna have to work on that. But the stats are way better, though. Check the stats on this thing. Shuttle loop is like 4.3 excitement, and this is like 4.7. So, wow. I think that means technically over a very long time scale, we would make more money with like shuttle loop-in compared to shuttle loop. It would end up being a better ride. But actually, I think that in like the time scale of one scenario, it's probably not worth it. Because like I think what excitement affects is how much you can charge for the ride. So we might be able to charge like 10 cents more for this compared to regular shuttle loop. But then we would have to make so much money, like so many 10 cents that it would like have to make up $300, which is what? If it, let's say the difference is $300, right? $1 is 10 customers, so $3 is 30 customers. So an extra 300 people would have to... Well, I guess that just means that once 300 people have ridden shuttle loop... No, I'm thinking about this wrong. If it's $300, then it's 3,000 people need to ride shuttle loop. Or shuttle loop-in, for shuttle loop-in to become more worth it. Also, that's not taking into account, where is it? Running cost, which I have no idea what the running cost of a shuttle loop is. Let's see, the running cost of a shuttle loop is... Let me just open it. Mystery. I don't know how long that has to run before we know what the running cost is. 72 an hour, it's exactly the same. Okay, so I think that once 3,000 people ride shuttle loop-in, it becomes more if you can charge an extra 10 cents, which I'm not charging an extra 10 cents for the record, because if you're charging the max possible, then you have to constantly adjust it, because over time the max amount goes down. But if it were 10 cents more and you babysat it and constantly adjusted that you were always charging that max with that extra 10 cents, then it would take like 3,000 people for shuttle loop-in to become better than shuttle loop. Meanwhile, we're getting 2,136 customers per hour, so it would take about half a scenario. So if you're more than like July of year 2 in and you build Shuttle Loop Int, you should have just built Shuttle Loop. I think that's what that means. And even then, because I'm not optimizing the costs, it's never worth it to build Shuttle Loop Int. I should just be building Shuttle Loop, or it's back to the lab to design Shuttle Loopist. Is what that means. It means we have to design Shuttle Loopist. Anyway, now what? It's October year 2, so we have another year of this to go. We're still not even close to being there. I have a number more rides I have to build. We were at like 600-ish before I built these. I think these each attract around 100-ish. So we're still 600 or so guests off where we need to be. Let me go ahead and hire a handyman to just police the Shuttle Loop Int area. Yeah, right now nobody is on this. I'm just gonna set him on it. And another handyman for over here. I know I'm missing the one tile in front of this exit, but this thing has a nausea of 0. Nobody's leaving trash on this tile, and if they do, then I'll have a guy assigned to that tile, I guess. It's hard not to optimize the fun out of something, though. Like, after you've played this game for 80 hours, am I just supposed to pretend I don't know that you can just do this? Like, if I weren't doing this, I would just be thinking I could just be doing that. So, I do other stuff. I built this, but I don't know. You gotta do what you gotta do, you know? I feel like it would be sick to put like a lake here and then to put a boat hire on the lake. If I lay down enough cheese on this side of the park that we can get the goal, then I can spend the rest of my time over here digging a big lake and then putting a boat hire on it, which would be awesome. But that means we have to cheese even harder. But I can get there quickly. Hang on. I want to try something. This is like the ultimate worst idea ever. But I know this is what Marcel does. He just does this. This is his shuttle loop. It's just this. I might even have a shorter train than this. I think it does. I think it's actually this. And then you, like, launch it at, like, the minimum speed. So it's something like this. Does this work? I'm not gonna build these, because this is, like... This is as bad as it gets, right? That's terrible. But, I mean, it's got, like, 4 excitement. And it was 1/3 the price, so you could build just, like, a field full of them. I want to build something that's better excitement than Shuttle Loop. Otherwise, I feel like there's no reason to not just build Shuttle Loop. Yo, grats on the Dreamcast. Traded it to GameStop in 2003. Well, that's what happened to it. I got to use my Dreamcast when we played Matt Hoffman Pro BMX 1 on stream like a couple months ago. But before that, I don't think I had actually used it in a really long time. See, we're at 873 and it's flat. I opened that ride, so it's probably about to go up to like 973. Immediately burned a copy of Floygen Bros. Nintendo has Mario. We will have Floygen. It was really ambitious of them to just put episode 1 on the title of their game that they had no... Like, they weren't... You know, episode 2 was never guaranteed. Oh my god, I've pulled up the Floygen Bros Wikipedia article. Floygen Bros is in development in 1999 before the Dreamcast itself was even released, but the game wasn't released until 2001 after the production of the Dreamcast had ceased. It looks like... Yeah, this is backed up in an IGN interview with Visual Concepts where they repeatedly referred to the game as the first installment, mentioned further installments, and specifically in relation to additional episodes they said, "Ultimately, we want to make as many of these as we can, and each new Floygen Bros game would have its own storyline." There was also the intention to allow the players to save and trade their moigles to the VMU. It's just, what the hell is a moigle? Oh, wait. The Floygen brothers are named Moigel and Hoigel. Wow, I hate that. Moigel and Hoigel Floygen? Why? They thought anyone was gonna buy this? I didn't actually know the names of the Floygen brothers. That's new to me. I think we're gonna need a guy assigned to back here now because of wherever there's a shuttle loopant, there needs to be a guy assigned to clean up after it. Shuttle loopant leaves a lot of destruction. Oh my god, look at the amount of vomit over here. Hang on. We're just gonna need people on all of the paths, aren't we? Like there. That's the tiny gap between where people were patrolling. There's no one assigned to right in front of these food stalls as well. Yeah, that's a mistake. Alright, sick. Hopefully between the 17 of them they can sort this out. Is anyone coming to fix this ride? Like anyone at all? The guy who's coming to fix Grape is all the way over there. No wonder he can't fix it. Come on, dude. What? Why is he? Okay, yeah, there he goes. Grapevine's exit is kind of remote out here, though. Wow, I've had the game up way too loud, too. I just totally forgot to, like, adjust my stream settings before going live, and everything is fucked up. What a terrible stream this has been. I should build a roller coaster. It's April of year 3. I kind of have to... I think we're going to start hitting the add button. Audio's been fine. It's a lot louder than I usually put it, but... Not like a lot, but like a little bit. We're gonna start marketing though. Yeah, I'm just like, I've given up hope. Oh, long ago I gave up hope on balancing the audio in like a good way. It just, it's whatever. It's kind of whatever to me now. But it always sounds wrong. It's either too quiet or too loud, which I guess are the only two things it could be, but it's never right. And it's different every game, so I always have to fiddle with it a bit. Accidentally built it on the hill. Whatever. That's true. I don't know why it does that. I mean, I kind of know, but like not actually know. I don't know why it happens. man, I spend way too long on things. Like, if I had been able to build this faster and this faster, I would be super down to put, like, a sick coaster in here. But I think at this point, like, in the DLC scenarios, all of the goal requirements are just higher. Like, they're all... Like, this is 1400, they're all up there, where I feel like I don't... You have to build so much that you don't have time to spend a long time building something cool, you know? You have to build quickly. So then when I do spend a long time building something cool, because the game would be boring if I didn't build things that were cool, I then have to spend the rest of the scenario just doing this to get us to the number. And it's kind of unfortunate, you know? And, like, really, like, skill issue, I guess, where it's like, if you can just build roller coasters very quickly, you know, if we could have just made this ride work on the first try and figured this one out way faster, then, like, we could have just, you could build faster, but I don't know, skill issue, I guess. But I'm not happy about it. It would have been cool to be able to, like, not do this, but this is kind of probably how it's gonna be every time from here on. Build cool stuff until the timer starts to run low, and then advertisements and cheese coasters. Oh man, I'm rich. 24K? What happened? I have an idea. Speaking of cheese coasters, I just have something I want to test real quick. First of all, can these be launched? No. These cannot be launched. Okay, never mind then. These we know can. I mean, can you just do, like... I want to build the lake, but I don't have time. I gotta work here. Okay, I have a really good ride idea. I just have to... What do I have to do? Here, let me build this backwards. This is my really good idea. And actually, I have an even better idea. Then we go bam, hit him with the on-ride photo section, and then back into it. And we end up with this weird symmetrical thingy. And then we do launch it. No clue if... I think the stats on this probably have to be good. I don't know that they do. I know that they give you, I know that they give you extra money. Okay, it made it, but so barely that I'm gonna crank up the launch speed a little bit to, like, 40. Alright, how's that? I feel like the stats are gonna be decent. 4.7, okay, that's basically a shuttle looping. That's basically shuttle loopant level. Actually gonna hit the save on this because I want to build it like back one space from where I've built it. I don't care. I kind of do care. No, wait, no, I don't care. That's kind of decent. You can just... I guess if you're messing with coasters, you can really... Like, with the... I feel like with this type of coaster, you really can just, like, mess around with small things much more easily compared to, like, a wooden one, you know? A wooden coaster, there's... You need a lot of room. You need to build something big. These tiny corkscrews, you can... It sort of really opens you up to just making strange little small things like this. Yeah, exactly. All the small things. Good song. Can I have this thing be like number of laps required? No. I can't do that. The difference between Chris Sawyer and me. This and this. Difference in philosophy in building the roller coasters. Such a good idea. Do I have space for this anywhere? I have space for it back here, kinda. I don't have space for it back here, kinda. What's stopping me? I think it's a shuttle loopant. I don't really have space back here. That sucks. Unless we do that. That's perfect. Oh, guests were complaining about something. I missed that. I don't like how I'm deleting all the trees on my scenic ride that I built. But hear me out, the toilet bowl. You can just imagine the ad campaign, right? Like the toilet bowl, get flushed, and it has the picture of it. And it's kind of like, aren't you implying that the rider is like a piece of shit and like, yes, but get flushed? I kind of just, we're not going to keep this. I don't like how it's ruining my bicycle ride over there. So we're not going to keep it. But I just want to see what the stat situation is. I don't think this would necessarily kill well, you know, it probably would kill someone actually, like in real life. I guess this does have a decent shot at killing you. Can't quite fit the turn in. Can't quite fit the turn. Is there some way to get down faster? Yeah, the problem is if we come through there, we have to like, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm really heavily accommodating this coaster while also claiming that I'm not gonna keep it. My claims of not keeping it are not being helped by all of this work I'm putting into it. You know? If I'm not keeping it, then why am I bothering? I have no answer for you. But there we go. There's the ride. I am attached because I gave it a name. It's like Nuzlocke situation. I don't want to delete my ride. I'm attached to it. I named it as part of the challenge rules. Oh right, I forgot to we gotta set the launch speed to max. I've done all this, and then we're gonna find out that actually it can't launch fast enough to make it up this hill. Oh, it goes up the hill all right. And then it enters the toilet. I mean, aside from those turns at the end being absolute spine breakers, I mean, if you look at it, the lat Gs never actually go above like 2 for that entire sequence. The nausea isn't even that high. The stats aren't anything, honestly. Look at it. The stats on it are just like whatever. It's the toilet. No big deal. I kind of want to. I kind of want to keep it. I don't know how I'm going to place the start and finish. I don't think it's possible the way I've built it. Because there's nowhere to put these houses where we can get a path out. we would have to adjust this path quite a bit, which is what I'm gonna do. I'm keeping it. This is worth it to me for some reason. No, it does have to flatten out for this to work. Put path in the way, really? This kind of means I could do like a... actually make this banked. There we go. Never say I'm not concerned with the G-forces on my rides. I just banked that turn for guest satisfaction. There you go. Connects right to the bridge. It's perfect. The guests will love it. I don't really like how it totally ruins the vibe on the peaceful cycling adventure. And I don't love the look of the track just going along the ground there. But I do kind of like how like this side of the park is the real side of the park. And then this side of the park is just like the hell zone that I've built in order to hit the requirements. This is the hellscape portion of the park. Hasn't been cleaned recently, I guess. I'm gonna need like another coaster or two, by the way, just to really seal the deal on hitting 1400. Really, if it weren't for this turn right here, if it weren't for these unbanked turns right here, the ride's probably okay. Oh, I think I don't know. Whatever, the toilet. I mean, fine. I feel like this is kind of fucked up, but there. $11:33. Yeah, I have to spam. Hang on. We gotta make sure we hit this thing. We gotta make sure we hit this thing. Vibes be damned. The unfortunate reality we live in. Just giving the people some variety with an actual shuttle loop. A surprising number of people are going on this ride, even though the stats are terrible. Everyone thinks the toilet's great, even though the stats on it are like actually trash. Maybe I don't understand how this game works. I wouldn't think anyone would get on the toilet, but it's very popular. I'm gonna build another weird small thing in this corner, and then I think we're set, and then I can build my lake. I can spend the rest of the game peacefully building my lake and not having to worry about roller coasters and weird cheese. Oh man, we're like one block off of being able to put that half loop there. I don't know if this ride is finishable anyway, but we're like one block off of being able to do it. Yeah, I don't really think there's any way to make this work. It's like off by one. If we could just have like a... If we could just put like the wild mouse turn right there, just literal right corner that it takes, then this would be perfect. I also kind of wish there was a way to like if you have a half corkscrew like that, there's no way to just have them go upside down a bit. Like, you can't put a straight one here. You have to end the corkscrew or do a half loop. And I'd love to just, like, hold them upside down for a little bit so I can kind of maneuver around things. That would be, like, really good. There's not really much I can even do in this spot, is there? It's August, and we're at 13. I'm kind of running too low on time. And 1195 I can build this here for. I mean, the pathing is a problem. I can build a shuttle loop on the ground for 1195. That is actually so much cheaper than shuttle loopant. That'll probably get us to 1400 though. I think as long as I just re-up the ads, this spaghetti in the back here will get us there. And then I can just pretend that part of the park doesn't exist and focus on the fun part of the park over here. I really only do this... No, I can do this a lot more at a time. Oop, okay, that's better. That's about how I want it to be. It obviously looks really bad, though. Like, I feel like we have to... I feel like what we have to do is sink the whole thing into the ground by one. Like, the whole thing needs sinking into the ground by one. And I don't know how our boat hire is gonna work, but it'll work somehow. Like, now we just adjust all of the corners. I actually don't even know. There's something I can do. I feel like right angles like this do not work for, like, sinking things down. Actually, it would. You just do this. Then that still looks... This is still gonna look bad, actually, I think. Let me mess with it a bit. But I think this might still end up looking kind of bad. There's probably a way to not make it look not bad, but I don't know what I'm doing. Like, then we would have... Oh, okay, you can just do that? Oh, okay, never mind. That's how you make it look not bad. That's how we get our diagonals. But I am going to spend the rest of this scenario just fiddling with corners, and I think we're not even going to get this done in time, honestly. We are at 1350. Still not good enough. Hopefully the park is good enough. 1352. People are kind of coming in, but like kind of not. My ads are still running, right? Oh, my ads are not running. Okay, hang on. Did not notice them run out. I haven't saved in a really long time, so if I end up losing, it's gonna be a pretty big time loss. I really don't want to lose, but I'm also busy with my lake, so we're just gonna have to see what happens, I guess. This ride is completely in the way. It would have been cool to actually extend the lake under the ride a little bit. That would have been cool. That really makes you think, doesn't it? I don't know why. I mean, I feel like the 1970s, like, organ music, like, this is the kind of record that you would have bought for, like, $1, right? Like, there's no way. This is like when you see someone getting rid of their record collection, and they're selling all of their records for, like, $1, and it's nothing but, like, old person shit you don't care about, and not anything good. In that collection, there would be the organ music record. Alright, that's pretty good looking, actually. That is a pretty, like, good, natural-looking pond. And now we just... Where's my boat hire? Stick a boat hire right, like... here-ish. Oh, right, the problem with the boat hire... I do have to, like, cut into this a bit. The entrance and exit to the boat hire is always just kind of a big pain in the ass. Exit, entrance. It kind of just like totally ruins the vibe, right? It could be worse. It could be worse. And then there you go, boat hire. Not familiar with the concept of a Louisiana haunted record. Is that a thing? Is that like when you go to a garage sale and you buy a haunted, like, retro game? And the old man at the garage sale warns you against buying the game, and the game is like had the label ripped off and then rewritten back on in like Sharpie or something, but you ignore the old man and buy the retro game, and then it's haunted by a ghost. Did they do that with records down in Louisiana? I guess that's fair. I guess it's one of those, like, then you play the record backwards and it makes like Satan noises. Whatever that is. I think that's nice. I'm gonna put some trees around it again. We even get a little, like, crazy with it. Well, we've got my nice side, which I ended up terraforming kind of a lot. We built the lake. This hill over here didn't used to exist. Oh, nobody's riding it anymore. Is it, I'm not paying that much. Yeah, we gotta drop the price. It's too old at this point. Now people will ride it again. That worked out, I guess. The number's gonna hold. We're gonna be above 1400. The goal is 1400, right? Okay, good. If I opened this up at this point and it said 1600 here, because I haven't checked this since the start of the scenario. If I opened this and it was like, oh yeah, 1600, I would have been very sad. We have some disgusting paths in this park. Someone is supposed to be cleaning that, and they're just not. Not a lot of lag this scenario, really, as long as I don't zoom all the way out. Really, I haven't done anything to generate a lot of lag. So this is gonna be like, probably the first time ever we've finished a 3-year scenario in under 3 hours. It always ends up taking more than 3 hours because of the lag. It's not like I didn't build anything. Though I really didn't build that much in the last 3 hours, did I? I spent a lot of time messing with very few things and then spamming. But as far as like actual real construction projects, I really didn't do that much. This is totally going to be where I shoot the B-roll, by the way. This right here. Here's my frame. They seem like they're not doing that bad of a job. Whenever I've had an unconstrained boat hire like this, it's basically always been a problem. Like, they always somehow manage to find a corner to get stuck in. I feel like this corner right here could be kind of problematic. Like, that guy beelines straight for the corner, but they don't get stuck in it. So, maybe it's fine. But I think that, like, if two people tried to go into this corner at the same time, they could kind of get themselves jammed in there. But they seem to be doing a fine job. I think because the lake is kind of small and there's not that many boats, it's going to take a while before anyone gets stuck. The paths are so crowded. I bet everyone is thinking about the overcrowded paths. Yeah. 242, it's too crowded here. We don't actually have... We don't have 999 park value because of that, or park rating. Because almost everyone in the park is complaining about the crowding. Because I didn't build enough paths, I guess. I wonder if we could have bought any extra land. No. I never really checked. It's not like a huge park, but it's mostly flat. Like, they give you a mostly completely flat park here, so it's not hard to just do whatever you want with it. I never built anything in this kind of back area there. This would be where you put, like, the flat rides and stuff, because, I don't know, building a coaster back here would be hard. It's not enough room. Grapevine still hasn't been fixed. I really should just have had, like, a... heading for Grapevine. Like, this dude... This dude is not near Grapevine. Wait, where is he? He's all the way back here. I think the problem is that it thinks that the closest mechanic is, like, this guy. It's like, oh yeah, that's close. And so then it sends him to do it, even though this is the actual farthest spot in the entire park. I think that's why we keep having a problem with Grapevine. I am actually going to... This scenario is over, but just, you know, for future generations of human, I am going to have that guy right there. And basically, that guy is just going to be the dedicated Grapevine fixer, because otherwise it keeps trying to make this dude do it. You're just under a roller coaster? Yeah, I feel like that's such a thing. Like, I've never seen this in real life. Who has construction rights to build a roller coaster over the road like that? I don't think that's a thing. It must be a thing somewhere. Chris Sawyer wouldn't have built it. But, like, you're not just allowed to do that. Like, they're not gonna allow you to just do that, right? This was Funtopia, and it was pretty fun. But there you go, that's another scenario down, stopping the timer there. We are now at 29 out of 36. So next week we'll hit 30. Very exciting, I guess. Why are there 86 of these? Why am I making myself play 86 scenarios of Rollercoaster Tycoon? I don't know. But not all 25 levels of Dyson Yaku 7. Who knows?